So with you, I know that you do a lot of shit, man. You got your hand in a lot of stuff. You are creative in and in. And so with Mr. Mata, well, what was the first project that you did where you was like, yo, I am a director, producer, like,
So it kicked off with us doing like I used to manage artists. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like music artists. And so I was always like writing treatments for videos and this, that, and the other. So shit, we got to the point where it was like we need to do something on our own. And then Tino, you know what I'm saying, good in the studio owner, you know what I'm saying, my cousin, he like, man, let's do this series. You know what I'm saying? I had already wrote my script for Mr. Mata because I've been always been a movie nerd. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I'm like, one day I'm gonna do that. Wrote a script, stuff happened, and then we kind of like um, we started the Conglomerate TV series. You know what I'm saying? It's on YouTube. Y'all check it out. It's 6 episodes on there. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And we sat down, created it, wrote it together. You know what I'm saying? And it was like college. You know what I'm saying? Shooting those episodes.
Really?
We shot 6 episodes of that, and then we went head first into Mr. Mata. You know what I'm saying? But we also had like some short films that we did. Of course, videographer right here, Tay, you know what I'm saying, shot the whole thing, you know what I'm saying?
okay.
And shit, we've been grinding since. Like, it's what we do. We got another one coming soon. I just got to finish the script. She did on me. I
Okay.
got you, cuz. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's what it was. Like, I knew I had been doing it. It
hmm
was just a
Yeah.
matter of doing my project. You know what I'm
hmm
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And saying, you know what, I'm gonna do my own shit.
Yeah.
Man, it
Yeah.
was different. Like, as an artist, like, cause I'm not sure who all do art hit, but like imposter syndrome is real as hell. Like you can be in it, like
Explain it, cause I hear it all the time, but I don't think I've ever really felt it.
good. Like you are
So when you
at
say
a privilege. Like when you like imposter syndrome is just when you in something and you don't think that you belong there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you don't think that you good enough. Like you
Yep.
just think like, yo,
Yes.
I'm here,
Yes.
but I really don't supposed to be here
Yeah.
type shit.
oh,
And
sorry.
like
Oh, I'm not good enough
Yeah,
for this or something.
I
You
totally
thought,
understand
I was gonna be
nah.
like,
because
I'm just saying,
I
like,
know a lot of
but
I
I
know
put
a
it,
lot of artists like world class artists
yeah.
that would fill out a whole state and still feel it like
Mm.
yo I feel like I'm a fraud like I don't think that I should be getting all this it's
Yeah.
deep a lot of people go
Yeah,
with it
I've heard the term a
and them
lot.
be the best projects though.
they do
I just never
it's
really
Always.
false
felt
and
like
no
it
one
because
tells
it's
you that
like
that's an
Yeah.
inside thing
I
Yeah.
know we put the work in, we
hmm
put the time in. That ten
Yeah.
thousand hours, been there, done that.
yeah
Like even like right now, we've been doing this 3 years.
hmm
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So like you see people, oh, I'm gonna have they come and go, come and go. You don't see
hmm
no consistency. You don't really see it.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, if we ain't gonna do nothing, we gonna be consistent. You know what I'm
Y'all
saying? We
is.
Mm-hmm.
gonna and
what a great thing if you gonna choose one thing to be consistency my nigga
Consistent.
is a
yeah,
great
yeah.
It,
thing.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm look. Matter of fact, you've been knowing me for years at this point. You know what
literally
I'm
years.
saying? You've been knowing me for years at this point. I ain't changed.
No.
I'm the
That's
same
true.
nigga. Like
That's true.
every look, I'm the same nigga, and not in a stagnant sense, but in the
Your core, what I'm
Yes.
Character.
about,
you know
Your
what
what
I'm
I
saying.
character.
The
do.
Yeah.
grind is never gonna stop. It's
Not like a
always
stubborn, I'm
something.
not ever gonna change,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
You know
got
what I'm
what's going
saying.
for me.
Yeah.
That's
So
what it should be.
you did.
That's crazy. I understand the imposter syndrome thing because when I started my podcast journey, this like 6, 7 years ago.
You
I
were
Mm-hmm.
OG for the podcast, and if you
yeah,
jumping
but you
in
know what I'm
there,
saying. I can never be like I do that because, like he said, the consistency thing fell off for me because I started feeling that imposter syndrome. It was like,
mm,
should I even be doing this? Who's listening to me? Like, who cares? But the crazy thing about it is the way I met Law was at a random event. It was this place called Series, like an
Series,
Oh,
after
I
gang,
know
gang, gang.
after
Everybody
Siri.
knows
hours,
Series.
just drinking
You never
after
go to
work.
Series with me?
with them strong ass drinks. Oh
Yes,
my
Yeah.
what? I'm
Yes.
god,
literally there with
boy!
Get
friends,
fucked
just
up.
standing in
Yeah,
the middle of the,
Yep.
the
Lord,
room.
that little
Yes.
fountain
It
right
was like
there.
Yeah.
him and the
Speaking
girl
of,
came up and just started talking to me, and
Hmm.
Law was like, "Man, you should
You
host
funny.
events or
Yep.
something."
I
Yeah, like
told
you
you know what's
funny.
funny is
What?
I told her I was like, you fuck around could host my movie premiere.
Yes,
Yep. That was
literally.
2018. You know what I'm
mm,
saying?
Yes,
I was like, you can fuck around and host it because she funny. You know what I'm
yes.
mm,
saying? And she was just talking. I'm like, Joe,
And I
you.
was just talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like, "You got a vibe to you," and people will say that, but sometimes you can let your own
And you
negative
don't
thoughts
even
keep
see
you
it.
out of stuff. Yes,
cause
you
no one
know.
Hmm.
tells you like you're
So
not
did
good
you
enough.
start your
That's deep too.
podcast by yourself? Like you
Yeah,
do it?
literally
Okay.
by myself in the car. You know what I'm saying? Just talking.
And y'all probably
in the
wouldn't even
mic.
believe it. Like I had a podcast in 2019, but it was with 2 other girls.
Really?
So it's kind of like when it's that dynamic.
It can
If
get
something
rough.
go on, then it's like it ends. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And that's really where it was at. It ended. And
Really?
I feel like it ended in 2020 or the end of 2019 because we started right in the beginning of it. So yeah.
Well, you
Everybody
ain't
just had-
failed. Life just changed all crazy. Pick your shit back up, G.
That's it.
I mean,
If your shit
That's
ended
it.
in
You know what?
2020
I need
or
to
right
get back
before
in
then,
man too.
that's
And
not
you
a
know that was
mistake.
like-
That's
that
not.
was
Yeah,
so
that
much
wasn't
going on
something
I
that
can
you
tell
didn't plan
y'all
for.
Yeah.
anything. People gonna come and go. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yeah.
It's just the consistency is what you need. Like I'm telling you, we've done so many projects. Certain people will remain. You know what I'm saying? Your team, your core gonna stay the same. And some people are there for a season. You know what I'm saying? Some people there to help you get to
For a
different
reason.
level. And you just gotta keep staying consistent with what you want, because I'm telling you, that's the only way it's gonna get done. You can't worry about if somebody else feels a certain way about it tomorrow and now they don't want to do it. Well,
Yeah.
we got to keep rolling. You know what I'm saying?
What's your greatest failure?
That's for me. That I'm gonna keep it real. I think that's hard to say because I don't think I've failed. Anything that even if it didn't get me to what I thought it was going to, I've learned. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I was gonna say. Every failure is a lesson.
Those are those hours you put in and learning what works, what doesn't, this, that. So it's hard to say. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, it's hard to say. My greatest failure.
Or it's a different, for lack of better words, like it could be what is something that you went through that you didn't expect. That could be
or learn from that which you didn't have.
What did you start that you didn't finish?
Or it could have even been like a note. I had one it was for the the Salvation Army. Like I'm in Inglewood, and so it was a big ass place on 69th and Green. Like I stayed there for like 5 years, never went into it, never really needed to. So I was trying to figure out something for my daughter. Like, yo, summertime, you gotta be in something. I walked in there. I'm not one of them parents that's gonna say, oh, this is the place, let me sign you up. And like, no, who's the head person? What's your resources? What are y'all doing? What do you expect? How you gauge it? Is it safe? Like I'm that type of parent.
Right.
And so he was talking to me or whatever. And I knew it was a red flag when he said, man, we have way more money than we have programs. And so if you like that sounds like, oh, my eyes lit up. Thinking like as a creative, like, oh yeah, this my thing.
Yeah.
But then it's like I should have got offended because I'm like, we're in a place that has so much need and you have resources. How dare you can sit here and look at me face to face and brag about you having more money and resources. And so my head just went to, okay, problem. This is how you solve it. I went home, and it was before AI. I went home. You have an industrial kitchen. You have a rooftop. You have a basketball gym. You have a computer lab. You have a gym. All of this stuff. So many reasons. Okay, well, this is how you do it. This is how you get the kids in. You have fun in it. I mean, they don't have to pay for anything at all. So if you're going on trips or something, then make them earn it. If you do homework, then get paid for it. Have an internal currency that they can do to show hard work. That I had the whole plan.
But you know who had that? After School Matters.
Oh, I'm cool with them, but I was younger then. But like all of this shit had it set up and for me, everything. And then went to three different levels of interviews. The person that was there who spot like one of like the directors dudes was leaving and literally told the head guy, if it's anyone in the world that take my spot.
So you did this.
So he was like, I want him to take my spot, right? So it ended up at the last second, the head dude had a white wife, and I didn't do something for free in Charlottetown or something, and I think she pulled the plug. But then he was like, unfortunately, we're going somewhere else, right? Really? I was crushed. Like, I don't think I ever cried for like a job, but like I'm passionate about everything that I do, G. Like everything I do, I love. It's nothing that I do that I don't love. And so I'm like, yo, I'm in my community, which I love. I can make a change. I have the avenue for it. Like I have the ideas. Like let's go. And when that was taken from me, I'm like, I was crushed, G. And that was like I was really crushed. But I'm like, you know something. if I would have stayed there, I would have been bound by what they do. And clearly, if the head doesn't give a damn,
Right.
I wasn't going inside and giving more damn to be able to starting my own shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, you probably scared him.
Yeah, because he knew that if somebody else seen him underneath him, we need him in there.
You would have been the main person, or they would have just shot you down before anything could have happened in the first place. You know, you would have came with all those ideas and all that passion, and nothing would have taken place. Because they would have kept stopping you.
People be intimidated.
Yeah.
Very much.
So what was y'all then? Like, what was y'all biggest thing? Like that, how the vision that you had that didn't turn out how you wanted it, but ended up being the greatest blessing that you could ever imagine it would be.
I would say for me, home ownership.
Ooh.
So I was at a point to where like I never lived by myself when I came back from college. Like I stayed with my father for some years, and then I'm like, if I move somewhere, I'm getting me a building. Like I'm sticking to that. I'm on my goals. Like so I'm like, my daddy was like, what you want to do? I'm like, I'm not paying nobody rent. Like I'm not doing it. I'm like, if I'm gonna be paying somebody rent, it's gonna be my mortgage. That's it. So my dad was like, okay, well he's about to get married. So he was like, I'm about to go out here to the burbs. You want an apartment or you want to go stay with your mom? So I'm like, shit, my mom got a big house. She in it by herself. I know I could stay upstairs, have my little space, and help her. That's just how I think and save, right? So I'm like, okay, fuck it. Let me just go to my mom's house. Let me save. Let me fix up where I'm staying if it's anything that I need to do to it. I don't got no kids, you know, whatever. It's just me and her. Go there. I was there 5 years, y'all. But it was to the point to where I couldn't take it no more. When I tell you God made me so uncomfortable.
That you pushed
you were so comfortable to where you not finna do nothing until you get uncomfortable. Now me and my mama clash, and I'm like, like I gotta get out.
You know what they say? It's hard for two grown women to live.
It's so hard. And on top of that, I am the baby. I am the only girl. It's only me and my brother.
Oh,
so you ain't saying this from the shit you talking about.
Listen, it's even if I had a crazy long day, period. When I go upstairs, she knocking at that door, want to get whatever she want to get out, and I be like, gee, I just don't have it. Like,
I just don't have it for you.
But I got so fed up, so uncomfortable. The first thing I was quick to jump at was like, let me just get an apartment because a building just seems too much. Even though this is my goal of why I even been in this bitch for 5 years, like saving. So I jumped at it. I'm like, let me get this apartment. So it was in Bronzeville. It was 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, jacuzzi, y'all, nice fireplace. I'm like, like we own it. The rent was decent. So I'm like, okay, let me get it. They approved me for the apartment. Then I got a call and said that they picked somebody else. I was so hurt.
It's like, what you mean?
I was approved.
I was talking to God like, I don't know what you trying to tell me. Like, then one of my best friends, she's a big time realtor in Chicago, and she's always like, she had buildings. Then our other friend had a building, so they're like, Brianna, it's your time. Like, you need to come on. Like, you know what you've been talking about. You know what you've been trying to do. And I'm just like, man, I'm just so like, I don't know. But I'm like, it gotta be a sign for this to happen the way that it happened. So I'm like, fuck it. Now I'm trying to get my loan money, like, to see how much I'm approved for my pre-approval. I got a good amount. I get a call back. The girl that they picked turned it down.
For the apartment?
They called me like, did you still want it? And I'm like, if I want it, this got to be done, this got to be done, that got to be done. And it was like a health issue that the girl had, like her father or something. And I'm like, you know what? Let me get the building. I've been a homeowner, a landlord since June.
Okay.
I got my building. I moved out. I got so much peace. Like, me and my mama relationship got better.
Wait. Is that the apartment building?
Yeah.
So they denied you for the
apartment,
but now you got the building.
I'm a homeowner.
You own the
building.
building.
You said that way too calm.
Right. Wait. You own the building that you were going to have an apartment in?
Like, we supposed to
oh, okay. She's okay.
Okay.
A different building. That's what I'm like. Oh my God.
Like,
you're right. That's crazy.
Another building now. It's another building, but I wanted this when God wanted me to have it.
So much more.
That was it. Like that was the story, and for me to get denied, and for them to try to come back, and it was just like, dang, okay.
Yeah.
The desperation for what you want. That's another lesson. It gets to a point when you have something that you really got your mind on, and if it ain't for you,
it's gonna
before the no is there for your goodness,
and we don't realize it until later.
It's gonna be a desperation.
Sad.
If you make that desperation move right before your blessing, you screwed.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
I had a scenario that's kind of going on right now where it's a project I've been working on, and we waiting on certain things to happen, and you just have these just different unforeseen issues popping up, right? You know what I'm saying? And like we could have been like woe is me and whining about it, but nah, we looking at it like, look, if this is happening in this way, we know it's something greater coming. You know what I'm saying? Because for the issues, because I can't say too much, I got to kind of talk around it. But for the issues that are coming to fruition right now, we like, oh, we know something better coming. You know what I'm saying? We know something bigger is coming, because businesses don't operate this way. They're not going to offer you one thing if it's not more available. What was you just talking about?
The 30 grand for those people that plane crash.
You know what I'm saying? If they gonna offer,
it's way more available.
Y'all know Romans 8:28.
Just like,
real quick.
They don't know it.
That means they got about a meal that can win out of it.
Yeah. So
don't sit on that.
Don't sit on that.
Don't sit on
that.
that.
Crazy.
Say what you need to say.
Say what you need to say.
Say what you need to say.
Right.
Romans 8:28. All things work together for the good of those who believe and are called to God's purpose.
Amen.
Let's go Bible study.
Amen. No, for real.
Y'all pray for me, because instead of saying amen, my mind is programmed to say type shit.
Oh my God. Pray.
But I'm saying,
you know what? God knows his heart. God knows his heart.
That's what I'm scared
God knows
it's semantics. It's semantics. You know what I'm saying?
Semantics.
It's semantics. You know
That
what I'm
is
saying?
crazy. You
What's
know what?
that
I feel
last one
like
you get?
my biggest feel is something that wasn't necessarily professional, but more so personal.
Right.
I spent over 10 years on and off with a specific person, and I thought that was going to be my forever. And ever since I was little, like a lot of girls aspire to, have a certain career or like to get a building or for a certain thing. I always just wanted a family.
Right.
I grew up in a single parent household. My mother and father weren't necessarily together, so that's all I've ever wanted, right? Like was a husband, a family. My house ain't got to be too big. Like we could work regular jobs. I just wanted to have a happy family,
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of time that ended up being my daughter's father, and we went through a lot of turmoil, ups and downs. But towards the end of our relationship, I remember I started praying a lot. My relationship with God got